Mark got shafted on that too.
Mark got shafted on that one as well, but Mark had a job. He had to read the damn script, right? But yeah, Chewie, who basically has no lines, is sitting there actually trying to study. And it's like chaos in the room.
What's chaos? I don't create chaos.
No, but I think Carrie did.
I could do so easily. But no, me, I like a simple life. A bird in one hand and a bottle of champagne in the other. Can't be bad. And I think, and Carrie would appreciate that very much, because you look at that picture. That is almost the identical set of the rap party.
Oh yeah, well,
It's
there are
reversed.
so many pictures
So many
of Peter
pictures.
carrying Carrie around.
It was easier to carry around than take 3PO on your back. She was much more
She was
comfortable.
lighter.
She was lighter and more comfortable. You didn't have 3PO going, oh, turn round, you muppet. Turn around, I can't see. Where are you going? 3PO, R2, put the fire out. Yes, Dios. Anyway, what a life. Do this
Let's see what
for 500 years.
Well, the one thing I always took away from the experiences with Carrie was that, and I don't want this to sound like a shameless plug, but I did write an article on my website, bigfanboy.com, if you want to read the whole thing. But there were a couple times.
And you should.
There were a couple times when I went shopping with her.
Yeah.
And the thing that I noticed about when Carrie goes shopping, she buys a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
None of it's for herself.
No.
She buys stuff for people who work with her, for her, the person that mowed her lawn, the person that, cleaned her clothes. She bought stuff for all the people that helped her.
Yeah.
Because that was the kind of person, and it was nice stuff. I mean, we go to places, she'd be spending thousands and thousands of dollars.
Well, you go
and
to
I was
Harrods.
really impressed with that. I was just like, wow, I mean, this is someone who totally, when she shops for friends.
Yeah. Well, look at her mother.
Yeah,
Her
exactly.
mother shopped for Beverly Hills, basically.
Yeah.
Debbie would always go to all the Californian shops and she'd pick out the best.
Yeah.
Because she could afford it. Or not could afford it, but she had a certain style of her own.
Oh, absolutely. Well, the last thing I want to, just to kind of wrap it up a little bit, is because we did so many conventions with Carrie, do you guys have a particular convention memory, something that really stood out or something crazy? Because, let's face it, it could have been crazy easily. But was there something that maybe really sticks out in your mind, other than Gary the dog?
You want me to answer that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, please, absolutely.
Go on.
Yeah, it was, 20 years ago, Peter and I got married.
Hey,
And,
did we? I wonder why you
and the first, that's why I'm here, honey.
did today, right?
Try to take over the world, Pete. Yeah, the first time we ran into her in a show. And of course, Carrie had a habit. She would walk over to Peter, she'd crawl up in his lap, and they had a thing. They were friends, and Peter was safe. I really believe that, Peter was one of her little safe places, and until someone came and told her that she had to be somewhere else, that's where she wanted to be. And it wasn't unusual. It was normal for them. They had a bond.
Yep.
And it was about the time that she had that talk show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you remember that talk show?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should look some of those up if you want. And so Peter introduced me as his wife. She looked at me. What was your name again? Hi, Carrie. I'm Angie. To know me is to love me, right? And I went through grilling a grilling from the princess to see if I could pass muster because she was not at all sure if my intentions were pure towards Peter.
And we know.
And were they?
And we know that your intentions were so pure. It was wonderful.
And after I went through and was incredibly uncomfortable for about 10, 15 minutes, it was like kind of she'd done a talk show segment because, she interviewed her mother too about all of the conflict that they had had in their family. It was it was a thing, She loved to get in and get underneath and niggle and see if she could pull out something bad. And, we still don't really have a bunch of bad things in our relationship, do we, honey?
I don't think so. No. I know. It's there, and
So I passed Carrie's muster, and it was terrifying. And we became good friends after that. But I was always grateful when she came in the room, when she had a minute, because she was managed. But anytime that she...
Out of necessity.
Well, that's what they tell me.
Yeah.
But I have found that, especially with the older folks that have worked together, that if you see them together, you should leave them the hell alone.
Yeah.
And let them spend some time together because it's rare and it's precious.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's certain actors that are here today. I'm not going to mention them, but guys that I've worked with and haven't seen for a number of years. And you get them to get us together and go through what we've done and with certain actors, good actors and certain good times, and you carry on and you go back, think about it, and wait and see if they're going to still be alive when you do another convention. How do you explain it? I don't know.
Well, on a level, we live our lives here, in public, in front of you guys, with all of our struggles, with everything that goes on in our lives, with all the good times and the bad times. And we're grateful for you guys.
Yep.
We really are. And a lot of times you guys have to pick us up and carry us across the goal line. And you do that too.
But what we like about these guys over there is that when we do a convention at a certain stage, we go to a strange city. If you see one of the guys in armor or in costume, you know that 501st is there. Therefore, you have a local guide to tell you where the convenience stores are and everything else.
Right, absolutely. Yeah.
Where to get milk, where to get Dr. Pepper. And coffee. It's...
Anyway, off topic, because he asked about, did you have a particular Carrie memory from a convention? Hi.
Maybe.
Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you. I'm so thirsty.
Was probably Carrie with Jabba.
Huh?
Jabba's barge.
Jabba's barge? Okay.
And in fact, Jabba's palace, where she is wearing an extremely small bikini, and Jabba was a plastic latex body on a frame, and how she got warm between takes, I don't know, but she was laying on Jabba with a chain round her neck And some of the expressions, there are pictures, some of the expressions that Carrie pulled, facial-wise, unbelievable. And then she, sort of, even on the barge out in Yuma, she's out there and she's on the deck of the Jabba's barge, and she's firing that gun. Damn thing didn't go off the first time. So they had to virtually redo the whole of that swing across, firing the gun and everything. We got it second time, but the first time, Carrie almost spoiled it by putting her fingers in her ears. Yeah, because I don't know whether you know, Carrie didn't like guns. She hated guns. And they run from Cloud City out to the Falcon. There's supposed to be a toss of a gun from Carrie to Lando. It comes to me instead. She couldn't hit a barn door at 50 paces, you know. So, there's, if you think about it, there's so many others, stories that go around, as you know, the stories are getting more expanded and changed. It's like different. So, believe what you hear. Otherwise,
I believe every single word of it.
thank you, darling. Cheers.
Cheers.
Here's Dr. Fisher.
Yeah. So, Carrie, while we're grieving,